my closet. This is not an episode of Soona Vlog Cribs edition. This is just me running out of time to do a vlog and needing to pack. There's my crap on the floor before I get in the airplane tomorrow morning. And so the team asked me if I would really quickly get this vlog in before I have to get on a plane tomorrow. So I'm doing that. Let's do this. This week's vlog, I thought we could talk about what it takes to make it in entrepreneurship if you're a young entrepreneur, and what kind of advice I give to young entrepreneurs when they reach out to me and ask for advice. I went to my alma mater a couple weeks ago. It was a huge honor, and actually talked to a bunch of students at my alma mater about what I learned along the way and what advice I would give them so that they can become successful entrepreneurs. And it was a really gratifying experience. I enjoyed it so much, and so I thought, well, that was such a gratifying experience for me, why don't I share my top tips for young entrepreneurs with you. Number one, always be offering value. So I think one of the things that can happen when you're a young entrepreneur is you just want to get advice from people. You want to get advice, you want to get free ideas, you want to learn from folks. And I get like 5 emails a day that are like, hey, I want to go out for coffee and pick your brain. Listen, nobody wants their brain picked. So instead, what you can do is you can try to offer that person some value, reach out to them in a personal way. So the people that I tend to pay attention to are people who reach out to me on Instagram and say, hey, I love what you're doing. Is there anything that I can do to help promote Soona and get to know you better in the process? Those kinds of people show that they are interested in knowing me. They're not just interested in getting free advice. So be sure to always be offering value in your asks. The second thing I would ask is, who are you trying to sell something to? One of the biggest mistakes that I think a lot of entrepreneurs make is they don't know who they're trying to talk to. They don't know who they're trying to sell to. And so you want to really get to know your customer. And I think getting to know your customer can look a lot of different ways. It can be actually talking to your customer on the phone. It can be actually talking to your customer on the internet. It could be going to a past client or a past coworker and asking them, hey, what would value look like for you if I was to sell this service online or elsewhere? And so just being really thoughtful about how you ask for that, and being really thoughtful about what your customer actually needs. Get to know your customer inside and out. It's a great way to actually know whether or not you have a good business idea on your hands. And then, of course, my number 3 tip is be yourself. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. I think I've been more successful in my career because I've honestly just embraced my own personality. I've not tried to be a different personality other than my own. I've only ever tried to be exactly who I am. And because I've only ever tried to be exactly who I am, people know who I am and they want to be around me and they want to know things about me, and they don't feel like they're getting somebody who's faking it. They're getting somebody who really authentically is just trying to be themselves all the time. So just try to hone into who you are and how you talk about your business and how you talk about your vision of the world, and don't try to be anyone else. All right, I gotta finish packing this bag. Those are my top 3 tips for young entrepreneurs. Don't ask to pick people's brains, add value instead. Always, always, always be listening. Talk to your customers, have real conversations with them, get to know their problems intimately. And of course, be yourself. Don't try to imitate another entrepreneur. Just be the entrepreneur that you are in your heart. All right, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel. We'll see you next time.
So Liz did her vlog from her closet because she was packing for a trip to Minnesota to come to an event that I was just at for 100 people to know in the Twin Cities. And I'm doing my vlog right after that event in my bed. You know, we don't really have time for anything because we're working a lot, and so to do things like a vlog is hard, and sometimes you have to do it when it's a little bit inconvenient. Maybe my history that would be valuable to share is that I went to a huge high school. There were people with the same exact first and last name as me. It was competitive, it was challenging. I never felt like I was smart there. You know, they made it out like college is going to be the hardest thing you ever do, and I do appreciate that because it did prepare me for college, thinking it would be really hard. So I went to DePaul, and I decided to go into the honors program because I also decided to pursue my dream of going into video because I love video. I went there, did honors. It was really hard, but I went there for digital cinema. I got my bachelor's in digital cinema and I loved it. It really helped me that I knew how to shoot, edit, do all the pre-production, that kind of thing for getting my first real job. But where I shined and what I loved the most was motion design and motion graphics and animation. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. That's why I have a keyframe tattoo on my arm. I think some advice I would give to people in college right now is that there aren't set silos of where you can work or what you have to do in your career. There's no book that says here's the classes you have to take and then here's what your job will be. That does not exist. You make it up for yourself. To be successful, you just need to listen and understand what people need and where the areas are that you can be the champion for. One of the ways I shaped, my work ethic to be successful was to take on every project like it was my own, and like every customer was my friend, and every brand problem and solution was my own brand problem and solution. And how can I make this project worth it to myself? How can I figure out a way to not be the person just doing the job, but making it into something that I'm proud of? And so that was my new challenge in my first career, and that really paid off. That's what set me apart, and that's what made me valuable at my first career. It's just like, it doesn't have to be mundane work ever. And I don't think it's some mystery. I think it's like changing your mindset and coming up with an innovative and creative execution of that. That would be my advice to myself coming out of college. Like, follow your intuition, figure out what you are uniquely good at and also are happy doing, and just keep following those little paths. You're like, I am good at this and I like it. Keep following those paths and making every turn on the journey even better for yourself. That's what I did, and I'm very, very happy where it's leading me.